Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Sean. Sean is from Portugal, but he lives in Ireland. So let's see what Sean has to say. Enjoy the interview. Hello.
Hi there.
Hello Sean, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
I'm very well. Thanks so much for taking the time for the interview today. Thank you.
Thank you for inviting me. I
So
appreciate
Sean,
that. Yeah, sorry.
no, it's okay. Tell me, where are you from?
I'm living now in Ireland
Mhm.
for the last 3 years, almost 3 years, since 2020.
Okay.
And I lived in other countries before. I was in Poland, in Greece,
Wow.
and my nationality is Portuguese, and I'm traveling around the world.
Oh, so you're Portuguese.
Yeah.
Where's about Portugal you come from?
Um, it's complicated, but I have a birth certificate from Lisbon, and I
Okay.
traveled Lisbon also. I was there. I was also in the United States, by the way. There is a couple of countries. I'm like a traveler and immigrant. I like to travel and see all the countries around the world.
Amazing. By the way, I used to live in Porto, in Portugal. I used to live there for 5 years before moving to the UK.
Oh, that's so nice. I heard very good things about it, that it's very beautiful.
It's a beautiful city, very romantic, very welcoming. So it's a nice place to be, for sure.
Okay, my next vacation, probably.
Yes. Sean, tell me, and what do you do for a living?
At the moment, I'm between jobs, so I work as a graphic designer, freelancer,
Mm-hmm.
logos mostly,
Mm-hmm.
and soon I will start a new job. Um, but this is what I studied. That's what I like to do, to design, to do graphic design.
I see. And I'll check your profile a little bit. I could see that you are a singer as well.
Yeah. I like to sing very much. I have some original songs, and also I like to do covers. Some of them are in the Greek language. I even tried the Eurovision pre-selection for Switzerland.
Wow.
Yeah, I was there in 2016 and 2019. I tried. I didn't go to the final, but I was in the voting part. So it was very fascinating and interesting. And it was a tense back then, a good tense. And I don't know what in the future I will do with the music, but let's see.
So tell me a little bit about your career as a singer, how everything started.
It started since age 5, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I was like watching Eurovision from very early age. I always try to imitate the singers, even though I don't know the language. I try to speak, to sing with their language and imitate them, their voice and everything, and look inside of the mirror and just, pretend I'm them. That's where it started. And then in school, I used to sing in events, in holidays, and the country events and things like that. And I continue with recording songs. My father helped me to work on my original songs. So we record songs. We try to send them to the radio. And after that, I sang in clubs, and I tried the Eurovision. And that's my procedure, my journey.
I see. And why Ireland?
Wow, I have many good things to say about Ireland. First of all, they are so civilized, so polite.
Mm-hmm.
Manners, like very high quality of manners. They are so good people. Economically, it's a very good country. And I really like it. I think the views and the buildings, the houses here are so beautiful, so unique, so different. I enjoy here a lot. I want to stay here. There is a chance I will stay here. That this will be the final immigrant country. Like, I won't go another one. I consider that. I consider that this is the last step. The last point.
And where's about in Ireland? In Dublin?
In Dundalk at the moment, but I'm planning to move to Dublin soon. Yeah.
All right. Sean, are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and to share your point of views?
Yes, let's go. Let's do this.
Amazing. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. So this is my best friend. Full of random questions, okay? I'm just going to play a song now just for us to move a little bit before the first question, okay? Let's do it. Okay, Sean, so just before we start the game, through the journey, if there is a question that you don't want to talk about for some reason, you don't want to answer, always can change, okay?
No problem at all.
First question for you is, what does your best friend do that comforts you the most?
I have a very good friend from Norway. She spoke with me today. She contacted me. She always know when something gets wrong. She understands me. Like some kind of telepathia. And she's like, when I need something, I need to speak with someone, she's the first person I can, go to. And she give good advices, and I have someone to trust.
I see. And she's Norwegian, she's from Norway?
Norway, yeah.
Wow. And how long have you known her for?
We met in Greece. It was in 2016, I think. Yeah. So since then, we are very good friends.
I think best friends, close friends, they know when something's right, when something's really good, and they can contact us both ways. When something's not right, somehow they feel it, don't they? And sometimes as well, when you are kind of explode about something very, nice and full of happiness, for some reason, they also contact you. For some reason, they also have this connection with us. That's what a real friendship is.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
Second question. Let's do it. Sean, next question for you is, which movie had a big influence on you?
Oh, it's the Titanic.
Really?
My Heart Will Go On, the best song, and this movie I can watch a lot, and I will always cry at the point, the hardest, when the Leonardo DiCaprio is like drowning. Sorry, it's a sad one, but also it's a beautiful love, love movie. Mm-hmm. Also, The Bodyguard is one of my favorite, and The Little Mermaid, the Disney cartoon. Those three, I cannot stop watching them.
Oh, and when was the last time that you watched the Titanic?
I listen to Celine Dion's song "My Heart Will Go On" almost every week, and it have the episode from there in the video clip. So if that counts, last week it was the last one, and I sang today the Little Mermaid song with karaoke. And yeah, I watch it a lot. I can repeat those songs and those movies with no limit, until the end of my life. I will watch those movies.
Oh. Saying that, Sean, do you think is Celine Dion one of your, let's say, big inspiration for your music, or you like other artists as well?
I love music in general, all kind of music, all genres. Mm-hmm. But Celine Dion have a unique voice, a powerful voice, lots of feelings, high notes. She know to touch people's hearts. Mm-hmm. I really like her voice. Also Whitney Houston and all the divas. By the way, I like divas. Beyonce. I can speak a lot about those ladies that speak so good. That sing so good, and mm-hmm. their voice is like an angel. Lots of emotional. This is the kind of type of music that I like. I'm not sure that this is the correct genre for me to sing. Sometimes I try to sing those songs, but I think my voice is more matched to rock. Like if I will sing Nirvana, Lithium, for example, it would be much to my voice than singing a song of Celine Dion or Beyonce. But I can I can sing their song also.
I see. So you kind of like different, singing different kind of music, different styles.
True, everything. I can sing and listen for every kind of music in every language.
I see. Very good. Ready for another question?
Okay.
Let's do it. Next one. Sean, before the next question, tell me what do you like the most about being a graphic designer? What's the best part of it in your opinion? And also, what's the most challenging part?
Okay, so the most challenging part is to find, to match that your ID and design will match for the request of the customer. So you need to dig and go inside of the head of someone else, because you cannot do something that you like. You need to do something that other person like. So you need to explore, you need to ask questions, you need to understand what the person wants, and then you need to give him some examples. What I like to find concepts. So each of my design is like, you have a unique concept. I don't like only to design just to do it pretty with no meaning. It should be a meaning behind, something that's related to the business or to the person. And I like to combine colors and shapes and to paint. Even sometimes I paint on a paper and then I transfer it to the software and I make a logo from it. I really like this part.
Amazing. Very good. Next question for you is, what has been the lowest point of your life?
Oh, I need to think about it. It will take me time. The lowest time. Okay. What I remember now that I used to live in Greece, for example, and the salary was not so high. I really enjoy Greece. I like this country a lot, but it was very difficult to live there. And economically, it was hard for me. I didn't have that time lots of money, so I couldn't do everything I wanted. I'm not sure it's the lowest. Maybe I have something more serious in my life. I'm not sure I want to say, you know what? Let's say I was in a relationship and we broke up. Maybe this is more lowest than the economic situation in Greece. But now I'm really good, I'm fine, and I'm happy in Ireland.
I think that going through breakups not easy. I think all of us, it's really painful, difficult as well. We think that this pain is gonna be forever, for a long time. But when you start healing, when you start understanding that it didn't meant to be, we start to get better. We start to feel better. But yeah, it can be very painful.
I agree.
Sean, and where is about in Greece you're living before, and how long you were there for?
Okay, I was living in Athens, and by the way, I came back from Mykonos. Well, I was in connection flight, so I came back early in the morning today.
Oh my God, you must be tired. Thanks so much for taking the time for the interview.
No, I wanted to do the interview, and I'm not tired. It's okay. I slept enough, and
okay.
I feel ready. But I just wanted to say Mykonos because Greece is my favorite country to travel for, and I like their songs and their language and their food and everything. And I used to live there 3 years, since 2016 to 2018. And I left to Poland, and from Poland I came here. And
and it was easy to live in Greece with the language. They speak English, like it was easy to communicate there, or you speak Greek?
I speak Καταλαβαίνω λίγο ελληνικά, like I understand a little Greek, and I also sing in Greece. Wow. So I know how to do the accent and how to pronounce the words, and they really consider me as one of them. They thought I'm Greek, and I felt Greek. It was from all the country I immigrated to, I felt like at home there. Even my English accent was like changing to the Greek accent. And every time I go every year. So I was this year, I was last year, every year I go to Greece. And the hospitality is so good, and they let you feel at home. I think also this is one of the best countries, to travel to.
And did you, you said that all your family, they are back in Portugal, or they are also different parts of...
I will start with my grandparents, it's okay?
Sure.
So my grandparents was born in two countries that not exist today. They were separated. So my grandfather was born in Austro-Hungary. And it was split to Austria and Hungary, but the part that he was born in is called Satomare, and it's belonged to Romania today. So his birth certificate is written on Romania.
Oh, I see.
Yes, so I cannot say Austro-Hungary, so it's Romania, even though the language they spoke at home was Hungarian. They didn't know Romanian at all, because it was less some part of Hungary or Romania. And also from Czechoslovakia, my grandmother. Also, these countries not exist, so it's Slovakia and Czech Republic. So the birth certificate is related to Czech Republic. And from the other side is my grandparents were born in Libya.
Wow.
Yeah, it's I think North Africa. But their roots is from Portugal, because their parents was from Portugal somewhere. The roots of the oldest generation. So Portugal, Libya, and I would say I cannot say Austria, like Romania and Czech Republic, and from there they immigrant to Israel.
Wow. That's why you love traveling. It's all connected with your background, family.
So I come from, I have immigration background of not only me, also my family. And I'm here now in Ireland and wish to stay.
Amazing. Very good. Next question, Sean. Let's do it. Next question for you is, when was the last time that you laughed so hard that made you cry, or you couldn't stop laughing?
Laugh?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm afraid to tell. When I was in the United States, hope you don't ban it later from the from the interview. I was in the United States and I worked in a shop in a mall, and my role was to first to give samples for people that that come to the shop, to give them free sample of the lotion.
Yeah.
So there was a young lady, she was in a rush, but I needed my bonus. I needed to sell something. So I was a bit rude, and I told her, "Hey lady, free sample, can you try?" "No, I'm in a rush, I can't, I'm sorry." "No, please, only for 1 minute. And she told me yes. And then I told her, "You want to smell the lotion first?" She told me yes. And I gave her the lotion, I opened it, and I gave her to smell it. But she told me I cannot smell nothing. So I pushed it a little bit, but I pushed it too hard and all the lotion came on her face. And she's like starting to look like this. And oh my God, what happened to me? And she's starting to cry. And I started to laugh and I couldn't stop.
Oh my God.
I couldn't stop the laugh that, that for an hour, I didn't know what to do with her. And she ran away. She ran away to the toilet or something to clean it. But I couldn't stop. I'm in front of her and I'm laughing, and I see her face and all the melting, the liquid on her face. It was accident, but it made me laugh. Like I never laughed like this all of my life.
Oh my God, poor lady.
Sorry for her, but still, it's so funny.
I'm sure she had the lotion on her face, the smell of it for like a long time.
But she don't need to buy, she had it already. She got it for free.
Poor lady. And where's about in the US you're living?
It was Sacramento in California.
Oh, amazing. That's funny, but for her wasn't too funny for sure.
Funny for sure.
Next question, Sean. Let's do it. Sean, before the next one, tell me, when you think about Portugal, what's the best memory that comes to your heart, to your mind?
Octopus. Octopus dish. My favorite.
I love octopus salads with like vinaigrettes. Oh my God, it's the best.
Good.
Yeah.
Good, it's a good one. Not many people like to eat this animal because the way it looks.
Yeah.
But for me, when I'm in Portugal, so every day, really every day, I order this dish. It's an amazing. It's the best taste in the world, really.
It was the first time as well when I tried seafood, like proper seafood, was in Portugal. And I remember having the octopus salad. And as you said, when you look at it, you go like, my God, it doesn't look very, like tasty or anything. But as soon as you try, you go like, wow, that's something very tasty, unique.
Unique, yeah. It looks scary, but it's really good taste.
They do as well rice, octopus rice as well. I've seen octopus.
Rice?
Yeah, with rice.
With rice, I didn't try.
Yeah, it's really good. I tried as well. I don't know if it was like, I don't know if it's very popular in Porto where I was living, or maybe the chef, I was just trying, but I remember we were eating like octopus rice, and it was the best.
Wow. I should check in Google or YouTube later.
Yeah, next time try, for sure.
I will try everything with octopus.
Next question for you is, when have you been the most happy?
Well, it's the same. I will repeat about Greece.
Of course.
I found myself there. I was connected to my heart.
Mm-hmm.
I found my truth. And I learned the language for singing, and I started to sing, and it's so romantic. It's coming from the heart, and I was so connected to my soul. Mm-hmm. And this was my happiest time there in Greece. To go to clubs and sing in their own language, in the Greek language, and make people happy. Yeah, that was the happiest time.
Oh, and being a singer over there, it's easy for foreign people who come to the country, or it can be a difficult career over there?
Well, I was more welcome than other countries there, related to the music. I worked with some producer from Greece. They accept me. They found my music and my voice is unique, and they wanted to work with me. And some of them even succeed to make it to the Eurovision with a song they wrote, I think. So I really work with people that have influence. And also record label took my one of my songs, a Greek record label. Wow. So in Greek, I had a little success. It's like something good started there. So they treat people and foreigner really the same way they treat their own people.
Amazing, very good. It's good to be in a country where we are welcome and you can feel yourself. You know that you have some support there. I think it makes a difference, doesn't it?
Yes, for sure.
Sure. Cool. Next question. Let's do it. Okay, Sean, next question for you is, what's the biggest risk have you ever taken?
I don't know if it's a risk, but I remember something that it was risky, and it was like, I didn't think what I'm doing, and it could end in something tragic, something very bad. I think it was in Paris. I wanted to go from the airport, I think, to other location in France. Mm-hmm. And it was so high. The train was so high, and there was a door that opened, and you need to fast to go to the door before it closed, because it will not, if you go, it like will close on you. And I was running, I didn't want to lose the train, and it was about to close. So I jumped, and in the last minute, I succeed to go inside the train, and it was closed. But 1 second after, it could have been accident.
Oh my
Something risky I did.
Oh my God.
I forgot about it. I just remembered about it now. I don't know how. Yeah.
What a situation! My goodness!
Yeah.
Wow!
And I jumped, and people inside of the train was, "What are you doing? Oh my God!" And like this, you know, it was
Wow!
like very bad thing to do, but I didn't think. I just wanted to catch the train.
Wow! Hope it doesn't happen anymore. It doesn't happen.
No, no, no. I was too young to do that. I could jump, you know, faster and quickly. Now I can do that. I can't, and I won't try.
Very
I
good.
learned
Very
my lesson.
amazing. Next question. Right. So the place you are living in Ireland now, you said is Dundalk. Say again the name?
Dundalk.
Dundalk is the place where you're living now in Ireland. Tell me a little bit about the city. What's the best part of living there? And, you know, what's for you personally, you find more difficult?
Okay, so the difficulty that it's far away from the center city, Dublin. It's not so far. It's like 1 hour and a half by bus.
Okay.
But still, if you want to get a job there, it's not so easy to go all the way. And it's also very expensive. Bus can cost a lot of money here in Ireland. It's very the expensive I've ever met.
Wow.
From all the countries I traveled regarding the public traffic. It's a peaceful place. It's a little town. It's not a big town. So people are very nice to each other, very close to each other. Many private houses. We don't see lots of like the big buildings, you know, with many flats. So it's private houses with gardens. And the flats are designed so well, look like something from the movies, you know. So it looks fancy also, it looks rich. And there is a very nice beach here, Blackrock Beach, and there's some nice restaurants around. And people in Ireland are very beautiful, I must say. And so the only difficulty, it's like, you know, that if you want to go to work, there's not many job opportunities in Dundalk. So you need to go to the big city. So the driving part is the most difficult thing.
See. Yes, I think those small towns, they have those unique beauty, you know what I mean, that you live there, but at the same time as well, it can be very difficult to get to bigger place. Yeah, that's most of the people, they live in small places, that's what they say.
Yeah, I think it's every country, every place is the same.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, cool. Next question is, which talent do you wish you had?
Which talent that I don't have and I wish to have? Or
yeah, if you could have a unique talent, which one that would be?
Yeah, to dance. I don't know how to dance. And I should, because singing and dancing should go sometimes together, and I'm really bad at it. I need someone to teach me how to dance.
But you try, sometimes you have like...
I'm trying, but it looks awful. I need to be very drunk to drink a lot of alcohol, that maybe I will move better.
That's where everything started. That's how you express yourself, but the alcohol is already there.
Yeah, when I'm drunk, yeah, for sure.
Oh dear. Next one, Sean. Let's do it. Next question for you is, in your opinion, what is the worst thing someone can say on a first date?
To speak about his or her ex-boyfriend. Not to mention that.
Totally. I think it's not a good start for sure.
No, it can ruin all the rest.
Absolutely. It comes across that they are not over it yet. You know what I mean? They still connected. Mm-hmm. Actually, I was talking about that today with a friend of mine. Literally, we were talking about that. Sometimes when you meet someone and you have this feeling that, that they are still connected with the ex, or for some reason they go like, oh, if you ask them about relationship, they go like, oh, I just finished like 9 years relationship, or a long relationship. You go like, you know what I mean? It's not a good start. I mean, from the other side, because somehow they're still connected, isn't it?
They are not connected to each other anymore, but still something is in their heart, and their thoughts and things you are feel related and close to the other person that you broke up with, or he broke up with you. So it's better to put it out, not to speak, not to mention. If it come out in the conversation, to skip that, not
Yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely, I totally agree. I think if it comes like naturally, it's okay. But if you don't focus too much, that you can see the person it focus on us or just talking to us. I think that's it can fix it quicker. You know what I mean?
I can understand that. So this is something that I really should not do. Not to speak about what happened in the past and not to mention that, even though there's some things and memories that will always stay. But you need to keep those memories to yourself and not to share with others, especially not with someone that you want to start a serious thing with. So yeah.
Saying that for a person to impress you or to get your heart, what this person needs to have?
It's such a hard question because love is not predictable. It's not something that, even psychology, I don't think they know all the details or the thing about love. It's very complicated. There is many kind of love, it's not only one love. Love is like split to many sections. But it's a combination of the personality, the body language, and the eyes, and the look, of course. It's the character. So if someone is only beautiful, but inside there is nothing interesting, and it's like, flat, that's how I describe it. So it won't work. And if someone maybe have the personality, but the look is not exactly what I'm looking for, it will be also difficult. So it should be like the X factor, all the package. And from there, it can go on further.
Yes, absolutely. I think in the end of the day, we just need to be ourselves. You know what I mean? In the end of the day.
Yes, but it also need to be like, eye contact, like eyes. Yeah. By the eyes, you know what the person think, what the person want.
Yeah.
And you know each other, you understand each other. So there is something there that needs to happen. So it's so complicated, really. Complicated, but that's life. What can we do?
Absolutely. I think love can be difficult, can be hard, can be beautiful, can be painful. As I said, love, it's a way of it can, you know what I mean, but when you are there, you just get blind. You just go for it, and you just, you know what I mean. And when it's good, okay, it goes that good direction. But when it doesn't go the right direction, it can break our heart.
True. To be careful with that, to learn to whom to give our hearts, because if you give it to the wrong person, there is a song about it. I gave my heart to El Diablo, for example. So you can give you can give your heart to someone that will do bad things with it, and you need to
Imagine if you give your heart to the Diablo. Oh my goodness, you're gonna be hurt forever.
No, not forever, but it can take a long time. Years. Yeah, but you need to work on yourself, and then you will find an angel and not a Diablo.
Time will tell. Time is the only thing to heal everything, isn't it? Time
will heal. Yeah,
absolutely. Sean, I have 3 questions left for you. Let's do it. You see, I don't know how to dance, but I tried.
Better than me, for sure.
Right, next question for you is, who is the most influential person in your life?
Influential. Someone that I have inspiration and influence from.
Yeah.
A real person in my life, or like it can be also from...
Any person. You think about someone that left or still leave a big impact in your life.
There is one person, she's a singer, maybe you know her, Dana International.
What's her name?
Dana International.
Dana International. I'm not familiar. Where is she?
She won Eurovision at 1988, I think.
Okay.
She was a transgender.
Oh, all right.
She is a transgender. She's like, she was a man and now she's a woman, and she fights all the, I will need to find the correct word for that. She fights,
For her rights, for her
yeah,
rights.
for her rights, and yes, she against everything. It was like low situation that someone like this will succeed in life and even win Eurovision. And she was so brave to be herself, and she won, and she showed all the world that she can be whatever she wants, and all the people can accept her, and she give opportunity to others to be themselves and not to be afraid. So she was my idol, my icon in young age.
Amazing, very good. And she's still singing.
I don't know exactly. I don't follow lately. I like her as a person. Also, the music is nice, but I usually listen to other kind of song, more international song, as I mentioned. Like other divas. So I don't know if she still sing. But she has some good songs that even in clubs in Mykonos I was like lately. Even this song that she won with Diva is an old song. They still put it. Wow. In those clubs. She had lots of influence of the gay community. She helped a lot to many people to be themselves. She was a huge icon. She's still a huge icon.
Amazing. Very good. 2 questions left for you. Let's do it. So before the next question, if you can share one of your best performance that you have done in your life as a singer, for some reason was special for you, which one that would be and why?
Okay, it was an intimate one, like with no many audience. It was like a few weeks ago. I went to karaoke club.
Wow.
There was a group of young guys, and they came and they drank a lot, and I started to sing, and I sang with my highest notes, and the women's songs, and those guys were straight. And I was there alone, and when they heard me singing Celine Dion with the highest notes, soprano, I don't know which note, maybe contratenor, they were so impressed. They come and hugged me and told me, "You must go to X Factor. What are you doing here?
Wow,
it's amazing. How can you reach those notes?" And they become my friend, and they started hugging me and stay with me, and we became very friendly. And that's it made my day, my night this time, because you can see even people that are different from you, and when they hear you, even though it's not their style, and even though you are taking a risk that you are a bit feminine, and they heard it, they understood my soul, my singing, and they come and they became friends, and they like my music. So it was my best performance, even though it was not with many audience.
Oh, that's beautiful. I think the people connect with us, them, even though they're not expecting, or they just literally, genuinely, they show their joy or they share their feelings. I think it's the best genuine compliments we can have.
I agree.
Oh, sweet. Next question for you is, what's something you always wanted to do, but you are scared of?
I have something. Sometimes people reach to me from social media, offering me to, to trade in order to earn more money, just to put little money and the Bitcoin and all of those stuff. And even though I want to earn lots of money, and I have people that recommended me to do that, some people do that and earn lots of money, I will never do that. I always refuse and tell them that, sorry, I'm not interested.
See, yeah, I think those people, they try every day on social media to sell their jobs. Sometimes they're fake. It's
annoying. Yeah, it's like I can't believe and give my details to someone that I don't know.
And sometimes they hack as well other accounts. So many times I receive messages from people who I know or have been in touch with on social media. It's a bit strange the way they approach me, and straight away I go like, sorry, you're not the person who, the real person. And I report, and I contact those people as I go like, look, just check your Instagram or Facebook or other platform, because they are contacting, they hacked your account. It happens every day. I think it's really sad. said do
I
that.
agree. It's dangerous. Better not to
It's sad.
give them
Yeah,
all the details. It can be a trap, you know, like
absolutely.
you can go inside a bad situation that someone steals from you something. And
Yeah, cool. Ready for the last question?
yes, I'm ready.
Let's do it. Let's try it. Right, before the last question, Sean, people watch the interview. Would you like to become a singer? You know, what would be your best piece of advice?
Not to give up, to follow your dream. Every audience, even if it's only one audience, so even if you go to a club and there's no one there, only the barman, sing to them. Don't be shy and sing from your heart, from your soul. It's not a shame to express feelings. It's not an easy industry, the music industry, but not to give up, not to take personally, you know, if you don't been accepted for some place, or if you don't have a successful, because it doesn't mean that you are not good in what you are doing. It means that you don't have enough connection, and not many of us succeed to the big world of the music. Only few singers become famous and do lots of money from it, or do living from that. But you still need to continue, not to give up, and do what you like to do, and just believe in yourself.
The right time will come. You know what I mean? If you keep going, the right time will come, and the right people, the right connection will come in the right time.
For sure.
Yeah. Last question for you is, if you could give just one advice to the Prime Minister, to your current Prime Minister, what would you say? Just one.
Of which country? From Ireland, because I'm here in Ireland.
Yeah, from Ireland. If you could give just one piece of advice.
Advice. It's a general advice, you know. Sometimes when people in the government, when they have like, you know, a big salary, they control, you know, they have power, and they forgot who they are. It's general. I don't know exactly who is the president of Ireland. I'm speaking in general from presidents. So they need to look on inside themselves and understand that they are also normal people, regular people like us, the citizen. So they need to understand our needs, and they need not to think about the powerful and their money, more think about the public, about the citizen, about our problems, how to solve it. You know, sometimes they take the law to their ends, and they are so powerful that they do bad things. We have it in some countries now. I don't want to mention, but it's not good. I think government should be more liberal and not. I think dictator governmental should be banned. It's not. I think it should be. You know, the law should not allow dictator government at all. Only liberal and Democrat.
I see. All right. Ready for the word association game? I'm gonna give away some words, and you just tell one word that comes to your mind. Okay? Quick thing. Right?
Okay.
So, I hope you are enjoying the interview. Before we do the word association game, don't forget to give a like, don't forget to share this video, and also don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Just click on the button right there. Thank you so much, and enjoy the word association game.
Okay, hard the game, but I will try.
One word for money.
Well, money. Green. I don't know why dollar is green.
Okay. Family.
Warm.
Oh. One word for love.
Outstanding.
Life.
Difficult.
Sex.
El diablo. Devil.
Very spicy. One word for life.
Complicated.
Oh no, I said already.
We have it. Yeah.
Yeah. Politics.
Boring.
Religion.
Let's say religion. Old.
Okay.
Old. Yeah.
One word for fear.
One word for fear. Homophobic.
Okay. Friendship.
Forever.
Desire.
Painting.
Oh. Regrets.
Shame.
Success.
Music.
One word for wish.
Aladdin. The lamp of Aladdin. I don't know.
Happiness.
Whitney Houston songs.
One word for Portugal.
Beautiful.
One word for Greece.
Seafood.
One word for Ireland.
Manners. Good manners.
One word for graphic designer.
Concept.
And the last one now, singer. One word.
Emotional.
Amazing. Let's pretend I'm going to meet your best friend, the one who lives in Norway. And I'm gonna ask her, tell me the most beautiful thing about Sean, and tell me something that he still needs to work on, to improve on. What she would say?
Okay, she would say that I have a beautiful voice like an angel, that my voice worth lots of, I don't know if to say money, but it's like worth a lot. And she would say, she would tell me the same El Diablo part, that to be careful from bad boys and to go with a good one this time.
Watch out, be careful with the bad boys. They can be very, they are very tempting, go after them, but it can be very bad.
For sure.
Let's play now, Sean and the Matchbox, and you can ask me a question. Okay, Sean, you can ask me a question now.
Any question?
Yes.
Regarding your personality, which season of the year match to your personality the most?
Wow, I love this question. Sean.
Thank you.
Very good question, actually. You know what? I love autumn. Yeah, I'll explain. I love autumn. I love the season itself because it's very. It's not very cold, not very hot. It's kind of a transaction. The colors of the trees, the whole thing. It can be really beautiful, really like stunning. I know people doesn't like it because it can be a bit melancholic somehow, you know what I mean? People there, but I like it. It's just something about autumn that matches my way of living. But if I would define a season of that match my personality, I would go with summer, because summer, I think people, they are so full of energy. People, they are so, they're making plans, they want to travel, they are doing a lot of things, even I had a friend from Brazil those days in London for the first time, and it's been really warm, and she was like, oh my God, Will, so many people are in the park, so many people enjoying the sun. And I was like, that's summer. That's how people, they in Europe, they as soon as they see like the sun rising, they find a way to be exposed to the sun. They find a way to be there the most they can. So I love autumn. Autumn is my favorite season of the year, but match my personality, I think I would go with summer, because, my energy sometimes can be a lot. I have a lot of energy, you know what I mean? And when I see people like expressing themselves, like full of energy, you know what I mean, enjoying the summer, I think that's match my personality, because that's the way I am. I love expressing myself. I love, expanding my energy or sharing energy with the world, with people. And that's very summary. That's what summer is about. You know what I mean? People enjoying themselves. So yes, I would go with summer, defining my personality, but my favorite season of the year is the autumn. So yeah, I love the question. I love the question. You made me thinking.
Thank you so much. I like to hear what you're saying also. It's really, really nice to be energetic like the summer. Yeah, Amazing.
Yes, there's this song, "The summer is magic, it's magic, oh, oh, oh."
Oh,
The
no, not
summer
bad. They're not bad singers as well.
No, I'm a horrible singer. My voice
Why
is
not bad?
you're being very, very kind for
Oh,
sure.
no, really. I think you can work a bit, a little bit, and it can be good.
You are giving me ideas, Sean. Now, you see,
Why not?
Sean, did you have a good time? Did you enjoy the interview?
Very much. It goes so fast because I enjoy it a lot.
Yes, the
Well,
time.
sorry, my grammar sometimes. Yeah,
That's
but it was very good interview for me. I'm happy that you invited me for this interview, that you found me and asked me to take part of it.
Thank you so much. Thanks for taking the time. We've been trying for a while, and I'm so glad
Yeah.
that today. I think it meant to be today. I think it's
Yeah, I think so. And I'm happy
amazing.
after Mykonos also, so I have good energy. Like
There
this
you go. You brought the energy from Mykonos, from Greece to the show.
Yeah.
I can feel it. Feel from your smile.
Yeah, I can't stop smiling. It was so nice there.
Oh, amazing. Sean, before you go, if you can share a positive message, something that you live by.
A message. I always say, I don't want it to hurt like a cliche, but be yourself. It's very important to be yourself. Don't pretend to be someone else. Don't make people happy by being someone else. You have your own life, your own personality, and don't let other people ruin your life. You know, go with who you are and everything will be fine.
Amazing. Beautiful. I always point that on the show, like be yourself. The right people will come, will stay in your life. The wrong people will go away. And that's how makes life interesting and beautiful as well. But if you are yourself or try to be yourself all the time, it's a good start. I think you're going to be happy for sure.
I agree with every word.
Sean, thanks so much. It was a pleasure connecting with you and keep in touch, okay? Thanks so much for the interview.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much.
Ciao, ciao. Bye-bye. So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why you'd like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye-bye. See you next time.